Let's get real on winnfm. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers it all. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm. Let's get real on winnfm. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real Talk with Lavi covers it all. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on winnfm.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Good evening, St. Kitts. Good evening, Nevis. Good evening to the entire Caribbean. I am Lavi Gumbs, and once again, we are back here with the Real Talk, bringing you nothing but positivity, sharing the real issues on what is happening in our beautiful islands. And this evening, I have here alongside with me, again and again, Mr. Joven V. Good night, Joven.
Good night, Lavi. Good night, everyone listening to Radio Land. Good night, our guests out there. Good night, Mr. C.G. Walwyn. Yes, you're in Florida. He said he's in Florida because I didn't mention Florida. Good night, everyone out there. It's a pleasure to be here once again, to, share with you.
Mm-hmm. So he's in Florida?
Yeah.
Can't keep up with him, eh? When he's not in Texas, he is in Florida. Okay. Joven, is just about 11 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock. I just, 11 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Yeah. I think I'm not saying 11, Yeah. But we got to get it right. Yeah. It is now 12 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Eastern Caribbean time, the time went back, and some people are still struggling. I've overheard a conversation yesterday with someone was looking at the time and wondering why, because it was coming into St. Kitts. So they're wondering, well, what are they calling me now for? They ain't got to catch the flight. Yeah. Not realizing that the time over there was different. The time went back, So even we down here have to remember, when you're calling people 6 o'clock in the morning, it might be 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And some places might be ahead of time. But like folks over there, like sometimes I call certain people, I don't want to call the name, and this Lavi, and you wake up here just after 3. What is broad money here in St. Kitts and Nevis? Okay, so the folks are wondering, what going on with Lavi with his hat? Listen, when Thanksgiving gone, Thanksgiving is in the air, and once Thanksgiving, more or less everybody put up their Christmas tree. And some people don't celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving, but I do it for the kids. The children look forward for this. So I do it, and and they was, oh, Grandma, you're funny. They love these kind of things. And it's so good that when we can keep these moments alive.
Yes, of course.
But before we go on to the show, I want to let everyone know tonight is an open discussion. So we are going to open the lines for anyone out there that wants to come in. And if you're just in tune, Real Talk is a positive show, non-political affiliated, but it must be positive in what you bring in to our program. We're about uplifting people and sharing the knowledge. And just bring something that everybody can enjoy, right?
Yes, of course.
But we're still going to hit the real issues, but we can be positive about it. And the folks out there in Radio Land, I think sometimes we just leave from here, we just go on social media. We go on to YouTube, we go on to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where else?
What's it, Facebook? Snapchat.
Yes, Snapchat.
A lot of different ones.
All the chats them out there. So we just leave and we go on the internet. But we have to always, no matter what, homegrown, undergrounds. So St. Kitts and Nevis, the local people that are
in the Federation right now, in tune to the radio. A pleasant good night to you. Once again, this is Real Talk with Lavi, and we just want to let you guys know that we appreciate you. And yeah, the folks on the internet, the diaspora. This morning I was going about my business, and good old friend from McKnight over by Stead, wonderful Stead. You know, I go there to get my breakfast and everything, and my bush tea. And, you know, he called me and he said, Lavi, come here, Lavi. Boy, my brother into you, my brother listen. And I don't know the brother. He said he lived overseas. He said, man, my brother looked forward to listen to the Real Talk with Lavi. So when people meeting us and telling us that people are into Lavi, they're into the message that we're bringing. Because, Joven, just picture yourself outside of St. Kitts, looking back down on the inside. You don't want to hear everything negative. You don't want to hear everybody just a complain and the politician them this, the politician them that. Right. You know very well there are other things that is happening in our country. So it's very good when you can tune in and be a part of something positive. Of course. That is happening in our country, in our islands, our twin islands, matter of fact. How do you feel about that, Jovin?
I mean, I'm always one for positive, and I always try to surround myself with, I'm a spiritual person, so I always try to surround myself with people who have good energy, because so much of times, it's like some persons, everything out of their mouth is just negative. If the table is painted green, why couldn't have been red? Instead of saying that's a nice green or the table look nice. And I mean, we should try, not saying that you shouldn't say when something is bad, but too much times you look at the glass half empty as opposed to half full. You know what I mean? So I'm for one. I love positivity. Positivity.
Listen, and if you don't get the positivity, the way how things going, you will never think that people on this island deliver positive. Because it's so much. It's easy to spread hate, eh?
It is. And what's sad is that, whereas a lot of times, especially on social media, is like a lot of people gravitate more to negative posts than opposed to positive posts. If you post something on Facebook, about somebody banging up somebody, you get millions of views. If you post something about a young man win a scholarship or get something, you might get 1,000 views. Instead of, let's strive for positivity over negativity.
And maturity, because, when we see these things are coming, they don't be coming from children, Joven. They don't be coming from adults. And
You're right.
Most of the adults is like over 40. More so the seniors that we would think that will deliver positivity. I want to take some time out to big up a few ex-police, men that serve, people like Meredith. Meredith said, Lavi, I'll be listening to you. You know how good I feel to know that somebody like Meredith, who have served this country for many years in all different ranks. You understand? Officer Meredith. Everybody know Meredith. So it gave me great pleasure. We're the man again. So good night to you, Mr. Dorset. Yeah, good night. And all those other police men that are out there listening, ex-policemen, police that are actually serving at this present moment, and all the different people that are listening to Real Talk with Lavi. Tonight is an open discussion. Normally when we come on, we speak about everybody. So I'm just taking the time out for the past 71 show, Joven, of the Real Talk. I must say, I truly appreciate the positive vibes, the people out there in the diaspora who look forward to just want to be a part of what is happening inside St. Kitts and Nevis, and coming in from someone with an open mind perspective, someone that don't have any agenda. So it gave me great pleasure to know that Real Talk with Lavi is one of those shows that is outside of the box. Gotta say good night to Miss Sandra really, last week we was talking about mental health illness, in particular, the men that are being left out, as someone said, Lavi, a man tell me so, you can't just be talking about all the women them, because ain't just woman got problems. You got a lot of men out there suffering in silence. Lavi, you gotta bring the awareness and mental illness and the impact that is impacting our men. Yeah. And as you know, Job and Lavi are not professional, but I could tell you this much. I have experience, and I'm human, and we all will go through some form of illness, mental illness in particular, and it don't take a lot. It don't take the tiniest of things. You turn your head this way, when you look back, you want to know, but what is person down there eating out a garbage can? But I left him and he looks good. It's just as if, like, they said, this minute you're here, this minute you're gone. So we all are human, and we're just going to be here to bring the positive information for each and everyone, because every individual matter.
Of course.
Joven, today, as we start off, is now 21 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. I want to share some positive things, and to my beautiful audience, with all the negative that we're hearing down here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, the first one I want to go into, because this is a hot topic. I see myself similar to Wendy Williams, and a little bit of Oprah and Cameron Hall. Hey, we got to learn from someone, eh?
Of course.
All right, so we're bringing a little soup. Yeah, tonight is an open discussion. So on social media, I'm sure you will see all kind of people going around and talking about Church's Chicken that just opened here in St. Kitts, and you hear people talking bad about the chicken and their experience. Now, I'm not knocking people and their experience, but Lavi Gumbs of the Realtalk took it upon her to go to churches over at Frigate Bay. I actually have the video that's going to be coming on my reel sometime soon. Well, let me give you all this experience. So if you're out there listening, Radio Land, first of all, to have a business in St. Kitts, a franchise as churches, the first thing that came to mind was the building, how nice it was. The drive-through was very, I think, spacious.
It is.
Right? The other thing that came to me before I got on to my experience with the food was the amount of employment. So people are employed, right? I guess as a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur, as a hairstylist, I understand certain things and just thinking how bad the food tastes. So let me start from this. So one of my observations, like I said, was the amount of person that was employed. So I felt that was a big plus for Church's Chicken here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Another thing, when I drove up to the drive-through, the person that was speaking, the customer service is top-notch. I had a conversation with them. They have no clue as to who they were speaking to as a blogger. And I was kind of undecided, and I asked the young lady if, seeing that this is new, if there was something that she could recommend. And she did recommend the wraps. And she explained thoroughly, very gentle, very patient with me. And from there, I went up to the counter. So I was curious as to who I was speaking to. And when I went, the young lady looked just like how she sounded. Beautiful, right? So that's my experience right there with the customer service, the ambience of the place, the spaciousness of the drive-through. I like that. I gave them 100%. Now, when I got my orders, I was very, very pleased. So it was for me now to go and eat my food. Now, I actually took an order for someone else. They had no clue of my intention. So I messaged them and I said, let me see if I can find it here, just so I can, to be accurate. So I said, hey, did you enjoy the meal from Churches? It was my first time. They said yes. They love the spicy the chicken wrap. It tastes really nice. They had the apple pie. They love the apple pie and the biscuit. So they enjoyed it. I did not want to say anything because I wanted to hear what I had to say. Because I did enjoy my meal. The chicken was well seasoned. Everybody will have their own experience, but I'm speaking from my experience, and I'm just so happy that I did not get that experience, maybe what someone else had. So my experience was, I will go back to Churches. I will recommend Churches chicken. And I went outside of the box. I even had, hey, Churches chicken, y'all have to sponsor the show. But I'm not doing it for sponsorship, I'm not doing it for sponsorship, but I really sharing my experience. I even had ice cream. And I don't eat. I'm not really a fast food person, but nothing wrong. It's how you it's okay.
Treat yourself a bit.
Yeah, it's okay to eat what you want. It's not like I'm going to go there every day.
Right.
But another thing that I recognized, dear Jervin, was the menu was very wide. They had a very wide menu. I also had rice. Their menus come with either chicken, with fries, with rice, with coleslaw, and some other things. And I felt that was very, very good. So for me, the Real Talk with Lavi, I would tell anyone that is coming to St. Kitts and Nevis, Churches chicken, they just opened up again in St. Kitts and Nevis. My experience was awesome. Don't believe everything negative that you hear. Go experience it for yourself. And the staff was very, very friendly. So that is my experience. Before you go on, I also went at Premier Dental. We had a situation with an infant. I don't want to specify who the person is. And there was a young lady by the name of Sarafina. And the customer service over at Premier Dental again was top notch. And this is St. Kitts people. All right. Here again, went up to Harper's, as you can see. I went to get something else and I end up with this. So the customer service at these businesses was very good. So people are trying. Yeah. And this is just my experience, and feel so happy to see that we do have places in St. Kitts and Nevis that are willing and want to do everything to make sure that their customers are satisfied. That is me to a nutshell when it comes to what I did today. So have you been to Churches chicken?
Of course. Before I speak about my experiences, I want to say good night to DJ Adric, up there in Florida. Also, good night again to Mr. CG Walwyn. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Oh, nice.
I've been to Churches. I love it. As I said, the ambience is spacious. And one of the things what I love about it is that the first time I went there, I didn't know what to buy, and I was trying to buy a few things, and the cashier actually recommended some stuff. Recommended a way for me to buy the same stuff in order for me to save money. The biscuits are bossing. They're bad. They're bad.
Don't go back to the biscuit right now, eh?
You got to be careful because you make you want to eat like 2,500 of them. That tastes good. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is nice. The chicken, the original chicken could have a little bit of seasoning, just a little bit of seasoning. But don't get me wrong.
No, that's your...
Everything is good. As I said, the ambience, and I love how it's well kept clean. Even the drive-through, the car went to the drive-through as well. The drive-through is fast, it's spacious, as I said. The meals are good. Customer service is wonderful. Everything is. I mean, as I say, I would give it a 98%. If just a little bit of seasoning on the chicken, but
you know what I would say, and I think that because a lot of people you know, small islands, West Indies, we love with seasoning.
Yeah.
But seasoning also come with a lot of salt,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of salt, too much salt is not good for the body
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is why sometimes when you want these extra things, you have these little packets with the salt that you can add. So sometimes I'm just saying, hey, maybe when you're thinking about, not just you,
Yeah.
persons that are thinking about the chicken isn't fresh and in salt and stuff like that, right? Maybe churches chicken is just trying to be a little healthy. Even with fried chickens. So, and some people don't want no salt. So what might not be good for you
Right.
might be good for someone else. But again, for me, I will give churches chicken, and I'm not gonna no sugar coating, 99.9%. You guys, I welcome churches and chicken here, and I'm also bigging up the staff over there at
Most definitely.
churches.
Most
Chicken.
definitely.
Yeah.
Wonderful staff.
We gotta be careful of persons that are basically coming out and bashing people hard work, because churches and chicken in cost $1 to establish,
Correct.
right? So we got to be very, very careful. Even though it's fast food, it's still locally owned. And you go inside there, what I'm seeing, I hear some Trini accent, but of course, you know, everything is links. But at the end of the day, the only win is our local people, because you're going to be actually learning of service.
Correct.
And I said, like, what do you want? And Joven, you pretty much know how a lot of us can speak. So when we are basically getting some of these establishments, you got to just look at not just what is in front of us, but persons who now will be learning how to give service.
Correct. That's correct.
All right?
That's correct.
So next time when you want your chicken and to have all your flavors and whatever, just remember flavor come with salt. Salt give what? High blood pressure. The chicken them already fried, and they give what? High cholesterol. Bad cholesterol sometimes. You have the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. You don't want your good cholesterol to be bad. All right. So for me, how much percentage you give church's chicken?
98%.
98, and I give it 99.9. They did good. That's an A plus.
Yeah.
I will be back. I want to try the different things. And again, I'm very health conscious, but at the end of the day, it's okay to taste, you know, other things and that kind of stuff. So my experience, and I did say, if it wasn't good, it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
But I really honestly, given the whole experience going there, I was happy.
I was too.
All right, so big up yourself, Church's Chicken, and the entire staff, management and staff. Big up yourself. Y'all get an A plus on the Real Talk.
A plus.
Okay, so Jervin, once again, I got to say good night to Dr. C.J. Walwin and all the good folks that are out there listening to the Real Talk with Lavi. Tonight is an open discussion. Now, this is another experience I want to give to you guys. So yesterday, I was on the Bay Road, parked, just for a short while, not for a long time. And while I was there parked, there was a vehicle past the car that I was in. I was on the passenger side, and I hear bop. The knock, the rearview mirror, where the driver was. Well, in dying all in a drove in, they lick off the other car in front of me, rearview mirror.
Wow.
And they speed off. Listen, Joven, We'll Talk with Lavi. I was like Jessica Fletcher. The judge, the jury, and the verdict. We speed behind, when I mean speed, we take off behind them.
Yeah.
And you know, there was cameras around there, right?
Yeah.
And we drove off behind the car. We acknowledged, realized it was a rental car. That car did not stop. Well, you know what we did? Take out the phone, because you need evidence. I don't watch Judge Judy, Yeah. And take out the phone, record everything, got the driver's license and everything. So we was able to retrack exactly who the driver is, where the rental car came from, blah, blah, blah. And long and short of this, the person had someone in the driver's seat, not in the passenger seat. So I want to not even them to hear nothing. The person in the passenger seat. So we're wondering if person not just being ignorant, like ignoring, can't hear, or maybe have their phone in the ear. So it was literally a hit and run.
It was.
So could you imagine, thank God it was just
The mirror.
the mirror. What if that was someone? That person had no clue. But anyway, we decided, after we realized it's tourist, we as Kitishon being good abiding to help the situation. Jovin, you're already laughing, you know where that's going.
Yeah.
Anyway, the person agreed to pay. And when they got the bill was pretty small. They felt it was too much and they didn't want to pay. It was still within the 24 hours and we reported to the police. Eventually, the person got what they wanted. But I must say, right, reporting a hit and run incident in St. Kitts, how do I report a hit and run accident in St. Kitts? Well, someone sent this to me and they said, if you are involved in an accident, you should immediately phone the police. And 911, the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, serve as a primary law enforcement agency responsible for maintaining peace and order. I personally believe that we got to be very careful when you decide not to call the police, because you see what happened, the person had refused now.
Something like that happened to me, and I didn't know about not, as a matter of fact, not reporting an accident, even if you are in the right, is against the law for you as well, though. Because I remember one time I was at the gas station. I was parked getting gas, and this guy, he drove through me and the next vehicle and robbed my car, and he stopped. But sometimes you know somebody and whatever. So he said he and I said, okay, no problem. Call him. Time to fix it now. I tell him, there's a friend of mine who's going to fix it. Tell me, a real small price. Say, oh, that's a must still and that. So I say 24 hours are done. So I went to the police station. They said I should have think, but anyway, the police said they were to try contact. I had the license plate number and everything, and the guy for some reason lock off his phone or whatever now, or block the numbers. So the police said they couldn't get him. So I said, okay, you guys track down the ownership. I mean, nobody did come back to me, but you learn from that, because after that I learned. Sorry, but it made a close when police come in, and then we walk out there. If you want to pay after, at least police already involved. So at least if you don't pay, the police have the report already. So even if you and the person want to come to an agreement to say, hey, we're paid out of pocket, involve the police first.
That makes sense, because at the end of the day, in this situation, this was a tourist. The person was leaving the island within a couple of days, and they basically wanted to involve their overseas insurance. And they was talking about like paying with credit cards and those kind of things. But you can pay somebody with credit card and go back and take back all the money.
Correct.
Especially in those bigger countries.
Report as fraud.
Correct. But anyway, nevertheless, we learn our lessons. But I did not tell you this part. Do you know the other car that he hit? That poor man, an old elderly man, had no clue. But he know he got hit, but he don't know who did it. So we was able to recheck, get back the hit and run person to come back.
Right.
And, you know, he tired, thanked me. But I would say that we have to be our neighbor's keepers.
Brothers keeper.
And a lot of people sometimes would see and like, you know, you don't say anything, but what if that was you? Especially in this kind of guava crop, somebody just lick
Exactly.
off your thing and you left with that bill.
Exactly.
You know, so
Correct.
that happened. I got to say good night to Glenette Duport. She said, good night, Lavi. Hope to see you for Christmas. Haven't been home for Christmas for over 30 years. You see what we're talking about, Joven? When you're out in those places over 30 years and ain't have enough information on what's going on in your country. So this is why it's very important, people, wherever you are, especially if you're outside of St. Kitts and even inside of St. Kitts, you need to listen to the radio, the local radio stations.
Abreast with everything.
Any kind of information, especially positive information, because this is how you're going to stay connected. You know how many people on the ground sometimes don't know what's going on. Somebody from overseas is the one that calling them and telling them what is happening.
That's true.
Joven, it might sound funny, but we have to start letting the children, young people have to start listening to the local radio station and anything local to know what is happening in your country. Because it's not a good thing to know that other people know of your country more than you.
More than you.
And then when the other people start taking over, they're taking over. Well, if local want to play, like they don't know what's going on and they don't love the country that much, as you say, only when Jam is sharing, they're listening.
They listen.
We got to know what is happening to be a part of our islands.
That's correct. That's correct.
And be a part of our islands in the big game,
That's correct.
in the small game, in the middle game, in the big game.
Information is key.
Okay? So, okay. So, okay, so while we're still on this reporting and giving information for whether a hit and run or accident, someone is saying, what information should I provide when reporting the accident? So, when reporting an accident, I sound like Donnelly boy, Mr. here. It is crucial to provide the emergency number 911 with details such as injuries, significant damage, or traffic obstruction. In cases like hit and run accidents or incidents involving suspicious vehicles, a visible and readaptable license plate, which is important, can provide critical information to the authorities.
Yeah.
Do you know if we never had the license plate yesterday,
You don't find them.
we will not find them?
Find them. Let's play. Whatever. Pull up all the information. Where
And
they
you
live.
know, all rent-a-car is not all foreigners. It could be local too. So the license plate is very important. Someone is asking, should I move my vehicle after an accident? Joven, what you say?
After the police come, wait till the police come. Wait until the police come to assess the situation, measure, because they have to measure to see, who was wrong. Because moving a vehicle after accident is like tampering with evidence.
You sound like Miss Wyatt back in the days. Remember what Wyatt used to be?
I was actually,
You remember when?
Miss Wade is actually my good friend in New York. I was actually gonna, say goodnight to her as well over in New York one day. Former police.
Well, listen, Wyatt, come on in and then Donnelly take over after.
Yeah.
No, listen, when Wyatt start to speak and start crossing them T's and those kind of things, So, yeah. Okay. And basically these are the things, and they're saying, what are the general penalties for traffic offenses like drink driving in St. Kitts? So, again, Drink driving is illegal. Y'all hear that, people? Christmas coming up. So drink driving is illegal in St. Kitts and Nevis if a driver is tested, that's right,
Tested positive.
and found to have more than 80 milligram of alcohol in 100 milligram of blood. The penalties for a first offense include a fine of 2,000 EC dollars and 12 months imprisonment. Subsequent offensive carry a fine of $4,000 or 2 years imprisonment. That's a lot of money in this guava copy.
It's a lot. 4,000, 2,000, I don't know, that's a lot though.
But exactly. So does it worth it to drink and drive for you to go hack up 2,000 and 4,000 and you could actually
catch a Uber or taxi?
Catch a Uber or taxi. And if you can't pay the money, that's all 2 years in imprisonment. Just like that.
Just say that.
So this will go out to a lot of persons out there that feel because the Caribbean, you know, they can't do these things in the U.S., but the law goes down here.
Yeah.
So I think I did my research on that. Officer Wyatt would love this.
Yeah.
And Officer Bell and Donnelly,
the
Commissioner of Police.
I sent a link to Miss Wyatt, but maybe if she got a chance to tune in.
Yeah, and Cromwell has been in the traffic for quite a while.
Yeah.
Maguire is now over the traffic department. So big up yourself, Mr. Maguire. Yeah, so we cover that. And out of that, in terms of what we did today, moving on over there to St. Vincent. You know, St. Vincent is coming up with their elections on Thursday.
Big things.
Listen,
decisions.
I love Ralph. Ralph, I find I don't even think that this man is 79 years old and he's just a happy spirit. People love him. He reminds me of how people love Dougie, Honorable Dougie.
Yeah.
When people love you, they just love you, you know.
Just love it.
Yeah, have nothing to do with no party.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it has to do with the party, yes, but
love
you're
the
so
spirit.
lovable that people, you know, the attitude, how they deal with people. And when I see Ralph and everything, but I must say, this man was in office for over 28 years. That's a lot.
A lot. All on
And a lot is a lot of hard work. The people put him back in. But from what I've seen going on out there, the opposition with Mr. Dr. Friday, he's basically coming up against, it is NDP. He's coming up against Mr. Gonzal, and it's going to be, to me, it's a toss-up. The opposition, well, I had 28 years. 28 years to study
him.
what it is to win an election, and nobody say they cheat, you gotta win the election, right? So I would say that from what I'm seeing, they say yellow is the code. So someone was telling me that the opposition won 6 seats, and you need 8 seats to win, to form the government. So they only need 2 more seats if they hold on the 6 what they have, right? But I am made to understand that one of the persons that was running in a particular area in St. Vincent was for the Labour Party, Ralph Gonzal, the honorable one, Ralph Gonzal. The person is no longer running. And the person for the opposition, they said they came close. So, Joven, it left to see. How you think? I'm not speaking in general, right? If somebody ran and they lost, but they came close, but the candidate is no longer going to be running, the one that won. How is it for a new person that is picking up that space?
Well, I mean, the person came close, which mean, I mean, they did their due diligence and they work real hard. I mean, a win is a win, a lose is a lose. But I think to lose by just an inch over a mile, you feel it more. You feel it more. That's it building up a house, and like you're building brick by brick, and when you got the last brick to put on, it crumble.
Right, but
So-
I'm speaking now that this is a fresh election now. So that same person going back up again. So let me calm down so you could understand now. So the last elections for the Labour Party in St. Vincent, the person that won that seat for the Labour Party
One by a little bit.
won by a little margin.
Okay.
That person is no longer running.
Oh,
So
okay.
the same person that came close
Okay.
in the race again. So
Okay,
now
I
the
understand.
Labour Party has to replace with a new
A new
person.
person.
And they said the person is the person that came close
Uh-huh.
for the NDP. The people like him.
I then then I think that person have
A chance.
98.9% chance
Chance.
of winning, because the fact that he came that close with somebody that was loved, if you want to put it that way, and now he's still the same person that came close to win is still running with somebody who's fresh, who the people might not know as you know, the one before that beat him by a margin. So I would say he have a better chance of winning.
And especially if they're kept active. Because
correct.
there's some people can come close, but then they have
just
not done the
forget,
work. They just leave.
Yeah.
For a prime example, for instance, when the current Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Jew, when he had run before, it was very close. And he kept going and he kept going, and eventually he's the
won.
Prime Minister
Correct.
today. So they say hard work, the pay off,
Yeah.
but you have to keep active.
Let's keep active.
So it left to see what's going to happen over there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But Cartel and, you have Shen Ying. She is, the opposition voter in the NDP. That is Dr. Friday. He's the opposition. And Cartel and the different people, they're the one now gone over to the Honorable Ralph Gonzal.
Gonzalez.
But I've seen where, following what's going on, remember I told you we're giving a little bit of soup of what's happening. Following what's going on, it is said that people out there are making the awareness to let them know that the DJs might come in and hype you up, but remember when they're gone. You got to remember.
You live there.
You live here, and the issues that is happening on the ground. Because all the fun and all the hype, all the DJs, the dance, the prance, the drinks, the hypes, the jokes, at the end of the day, you have a country to run and to run seriously, and the issues and stuff like that. So St. Vincent, I must say, I thought we as Kitishans was really up there when it comes to politics and campaigning. But Vinci, I trust and hope that they have a peaceful election, because I've seen where, some of it is really jokes and that kind of thing, but there's a lot of people it's not like in St. Kitts where just the politicians are talking, or just pundits, Joven. You have people are coming out, even Trinidad, people are speaking on social media. So I just had to let the people know what's going on. Lavi is in tune. And December 1st, you have St. Lucia is coming up with their elections. Joven, you got December 1st.
They have a Christmas election.
Yeah. And I see something where Grenada is coming up. And so far, I'm just saying what I see, what I hear on social media. It looks as if like the government down there will be in again, but it left to see. Yeah, it left to see. People seem to think that the Prime Minister is cool, and I see where they having like a concert down there, and he have on a little cool outfit, and people like him up on stage doing a little boogie woogie and being an entertainer. And that is what politicians are about. You need to have charisma. need to have personality. If you can't dance, learn to dance. People now want just the stiff and them kind of things. Do something. Do like chump. How chump they do?
A little jig. A little jig.
Yeah. And so we'll have to do little dancing and stuff like that. And Friday, yeah, you know, he's doing his dancing too. So that's what it comes over there when it comes to politics. That is happening over there in our sister and brother island. Yeah.
But I like what you said in terms of, you know, the hype, you know, let's not just be a people of hype, but people that, you know, really listen to the issues, you know what I mean? And not just go with the party, but go with the issues.
Yeah, because let me tell you this here. A lot of people, like I said, when it comes to the campaigning, and I think this is what the fool a lot of the politicians. They look at the number and the crowd. But sometimes when it comes to music and entertainment, let me tell you this here, everybody going. The individual going for the...
Especially if he's a popular artist.
And look now, and it's free.
Not too easy.
Yeah, so that's what's going on over there in St. Vincent. It is yellow and red. I am hearing basically yellow is the code and red is saying red is the code. Yeah, so in St. Kitts, you know, the yellow is PAM, red is for Labour, green is what? NRP,
And then we got a few.
blue is for CCM, and orange is for
PLP.
the PLP. So we have more colors down here in a smaller island.
We got a rainbow.
Huh?
We got a rainbow.
But how come, question, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, similar to Antigua and Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago, so there's only one prime minister? How come we have premier and prime minister? Anyway, that's another topic.
That's the next topic. That's a good topic, though.
Huh?
That's a good topic to be continued.
Yeah, but to make sure to be continued and see if we could get someone in here that have the knowledge that can help educate us. Because when you think about it, like I said, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, one prime minister. Trinidad and
Tobago, same thing.
one prime minister. Antigua and Barbuda, one. So we have two governors, one in St. Kitts, one in Nevis. A premier, and then the premier now can still, once they win, can still come back and be on the federal
election. Yeah. To be continued.
To be continued. What happens if one of these days we get a premier out of Nevis? I mean, a prime minister. Can that happen? To be continued.
To be continued.
John, so we got a little idea. I sure you never realized how to follow these people, eh?
I don't know. I didn't think, and that was just speak about. I never used to look at it that way in terms of Trinidad and Tobago and the difference between St. Kitts and Nevis and Antigua and Barbuda, but
and we're smaller in size than them.
And see, Dr. C.G. Warren just saying that's a great question. That is a show by itself. Yes, definitely we're gonna. Yeah.
Yes. So persons, Dr. C.G. Warren is saying that is a great question. That is a show by itself. However, Trinidad and Barbados are different because they have a president. Antigua ain't got no president, so that is a show by itself.
Yeah. Definitely.
St. Vincent don't, and the Grenadines don't have a president, and we are smaller than them. But yeah, maybe it's time that we start thinking outside of the box and go. St. Thomas and the Virgin Islands, I know it's U.S. territories, one governor for three islands, St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. One governor, one lieutenant. But you have a lot of senators. Remember, tonight is an open discussion, right? And maybe eventually what will be good for St. Kitts is to have more community leaders. Like what used to like how we just have one, like the senators are chosen. Normally, in other countries, those are on the ballot, where people vote for these people.
That's the idea.
Yeah. So technically, to be a politician is not just because by profession you have to be a doctor or lawyer. You can, once you are willing to serve your community and your people,
Correct.
you can be a candidate to be yeah.
The Prime Minister. And I think that's I mean, yeah, that's definitely once you're willing to serve. I mean, degrees does not make you a good leader.
So what make you a good leader?
Being a good human.
Being a good human?
A good leader must first be a good follower. A good leader must be a good follower. Because even in work job places, there's difference between a boss and a leader. A boss will push you in front. A leader will show you what to do.
Someone said Nevis never voted to close the legislature. Like I said, people, this is going to be a show by itself. Tonight is an open discussion, and we'll talk with Lavi. We're just trying out ideas. And, you know, we get older now. When we're small, we understand certain things. We're just jumping up because of our parents. And listen, when you see a big crowd over there, and another one and the crowd over there, nobody want to be where the crowd is not.
We just go. Even if where there's no crowd is has better leadership. You're going with the crowd because you're following the crowd, and we have to be careful with that. You understand? We have to, if I may put it this way, read for ourselves, study for ourselves. Don't follow the crowd. Study for yourself. See what's going on for yourself.
By Joven, we're getting a lot of love.
I see that.
They saying, I love this. I just want to let people know that I don't have the answers for everything. And this is what we'll talk. We present the show, the audience, you guys come on in, and, you know, just share some positivity. I not fret upon yourself and get upset. Share ideas. I am saying that maybe this is why you notice every time the government go in, no matter what they do, people still abusing and upset. Never can be satisfied. Jarvin, tell me, because I'm now looking at you and I, right? I'm going to go as far as 83. 83, I was in my teens. So 83 come down to 93, come forward up to 2015 to now 2025, right? If you think about it, the only time I never really see, like, for instance, you make so much noise to put in these people. But when time to come out, it's like, I have not seen none goes in the government and come out and people clap for joy, sad that they're leaving. So something is wrong, Joven.
You know, one thing, a couple of years ago, I I'm not a lawyer or judge or, someone to make rules, but one thing, and I don't know how far-fetched it would be, but one thing I think would be an ideal idea, right, is for, and, Dr. C.G. Walden probably could assist me in terms of, if he's listening to this, is that, a lot of times before a politician goes into power, they brings out a manifesto. And I often think that if something could put in the legislature where within the first 2 years of 3 years, if those things are put in the manifesto have not started, you have not put them into place, you have to come back to the people, and if you don't have a valid reason, you have a by-election right away. Because a lot of times you put these things in manifesto, full off everybody, and then you don't bring them out. And then the same thing happen over and over again. But if there's something to hold them accountable, to say, hey, we're going to put this in law, because you have to be careful where you put your manifesto now. That will make them tell the truth now. Because if you put, paint the city black in your manifesto, You have 3 years to even start half the city. Or come back to the people and say, hey, we didn't get the right paint, we didn't get the right brush. So, and bring evidence. Don't just say and do this and do this, because a lot of times politicians tend to do that, put a lot of pretty things in the manifesto and don't bring it to fusion. So I think if I don't know if there's something can be done, but I think as a people we should demand that something be put in place where if you don't fulfill the manifesto within 3 years, or even start or come back to the people and say, hey, we didn't start because we didn't get the material or whatever, election should be called immediately.
Okay. So I'm going to share my, not just opinion from what I've seen happening, because this is Real Talk with Lavi.
It is.
What I think needs to happen in St. Kitts and Nevis is all politicians should be community leaders, not just by the word community leader, but we should see them in the community even before they become politicians.
Correct.
Right? And after they become politicians, we should be seeing the elected politicians still in the community. They don't have to be in there every day. And we should not see them coming in as if we're gonna be like their idols. They're supposed to be coming in as individuals, and individuals in normal clothes. They don't have to always come in jacket and tie.
Correct.
We're supposed to see these people as human like anybody else, because they are human regardless, right? And I think that this is why maybe the politics, well, one of the reasons, I'm not saying everything, but a lot of the politicians are not being respected in so many ways. But I believe that, as you said, leaders are born and some respect are earned. And I feel that if persons that have political interest should basically they need to do the work in the communities. Correct. I feel, this just me, that no matter what position you get, persons, whether you're politicians or you're a high-profile person, say with a high-profile profession, I don't think that any place is limited for you to go. We should not just see our leaders only going to the lavish places and the fancy places. You know how nice it is to know you have got on by stead, done by the circus? But if I had to go run to be a politician, I would win. I don't care. Nobody gonna tell me that I'm not gonna win. I would win. Because you know what? I am genuine, yes. But you know how good it is to know you got on by stead for breakfast. And it's a boy, you know who are down here? So-and-so.
Right.
That says a lot, and it's supposed to be.
And that's, I mean, if I may say this, that's one of the things. I mean, that's one thing I admire about Dougie.
But I put some respect on Dougie name, my man. Honorable. No. I want you to call his name properly, please.
That's one thing I respect about the
right. Okay.
Man. The right honorable Llewellyn Denzel Douglas. You know what I mean? Because he I mean, Prime Minister or not, he's within his people. He's within his community. You understand? Sit down by his shop, go see him pass something, sit down by his shop, you fellas and wherever saddlers and stuff like that with his people. You know what I mean? And these things we have, one should learn as a politician. We know you're busy, but as this rightfully say, you have your free time, you're hanging out time. Instead of saying, bye, I'm going to marry for a drink. Let me go across the road by the shop, by Tom's shop, go sit down. You know what I mean?
You go look for your people, them.
Correct.
You know who used to do that? Remember, like I said, I was around from 1983. I couldn't vote then. But come forward up to the 80s, I remember Dr. Kennedy Simmons. He used to be in them shop up in Irish Town, up in Newtown. Also, the deputy, Oliver Michael Powell, he used to be in the shops, go look for your people, and come forward, as you said. Even Mr. Limore, persons that from the Labour Party, the older heads, the late Fitzroy Bryan, all those people, you used to see them around, right? Dr. the Right Honorable Denzel Douglas as well, a man from St. Paul's,
St. Paul's,
right? But make his way. He's a household name. If you see, to a point where everybody call him Doggy,
Doggy.
right? So everybody have their fault, yes, but as an individual being able to be, I don't just want to say likable, but yes, likable.
Correct.
And he basically have done his duty as a servant of the soil. He have walked on every constituency in St. Kitts and Nevis, and everywhere he goes, somebody know him from the little children.
Doggy.
And sometimes you see him, right? Let me get up. I don't want it. Sometimes you see him and he get up, right? And he like this here. Like sometimes he don't wait till he hand out.
Yeah.
He hand out as if like, and this man behave as if like, you would never know that even if maybe he's not feeling good. Because he always happy to meet you.
And he got a young man walk.
And he got young.
I like to see you walk.
And if you in the bank and you see him, and sometimes he there watching, staring you down, he probably wonder, he's like, I wonder who that person be out there. And then you go to him and he's like, Dr. Douglas, and he said, how you doing? And you know, and he got this kind of,
Yeah.
man, you gotta love the man regardless. You know, people gotta
that's-
put
that's
aside
so-
there. Everybody cannot be alike.
Right.
And this is why I know many persons will compare, for instance, Dr. Terence Jew. They're expecting him to be like Dougie. He cannot be like Dr. Douglas. He's not Dr. Douglas. Everybody bring their own style, right? And I'm sure it was kind of difficult for the, Dr. Kennedy Simmons, Honorable Kennedy Simmons, Douglas, to basically carry that mantle for Bradshaw, the late Honorable Bradshaw. So again, personality, and this is why to basically to go in as a politician, you need more than a profession. You need personality, and you have to have love for people.
Correct.
You have to also remember where you came from, Jovin, and go back, go look for the people.
Of course, you can leave the community.
Go look for the moms and the pop shops and support them. Right?
Just be in the community during election time.
Okay. Dr. C.J. Walwyn, he writes something here, and I know normally when he writes, it might be long, but we have to bring it in the show because this is how the Real Talk with Lavi is made up. It's made up of an audience that is contributing to the program. Lavi, I just got a call from a young lady who calls me uncle. I used to date her grandma. I'm going to tell your wife. I used to date her grandma when me and her grandma were very young. But she called me to tell me that she was thankful for me being in her life as a child. She now wants me to meet her children when I get back to Texas. She is willing to drive to meet me and my wife so we can meet her children. That is what I am thankful for. The ability to make a difference in someone's life. As we celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow, I give thanks to my mother, for the insights 55 years ago on December 2nd, 1970, to send me to St. Croix I was 13 and could have been influenced to go to the wrong way on St. Croix. But the community that raised the child, remember back then we had a community that raised the child? I'm thankful that 55 years ago, I left St. Kitts and was able to return to St. Kitts to serve my community and also serve the people of the Virgin Islands. After leaving there 45 years ago to come Texas, I am grateful for my family and the people who have crossed my path, negative or positive, that has made me the person I am. Thanks so much for my past and present. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. Listen, nobody gonna blow your own trumpet. I am happy that he shared this. As you know, it is Thanksgiving for many people across, especially the U.S. Tonight is an open discussion. Have you ever celebrated Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I celebrated Thanksgiving. Well, I've been to a Thanksgiving celebration once in New York. I mean, it was wonderful. I was thankful for the food. But, even though I just want to give thanks for even my mom, even though she's not here, thank her for the 43 years, she was with me. I wish she was here longer. But I just want to thank her for everything she did for me. My aunts, even my son, all my friends, Olivia, everybody, thankful for you for allowing me to be on this show.
You're welcome.
We have so much to give God thanks for, but yeah.
Well, thank you for that too, and thank you for being here on the show. I think we make a good team. I can feel the energy.
Yeah, definitely.
We can relate to different things. For Thanksgiving, really and truly, I was only know about Thanksgiving, being introduced to it as a child living in the Virgin Islands. And it has helped me in many ways. Being in the Virgin Islands, it's the U.S. Virgin Islands, being able to celebrate Thanksgiving, it starts from even in the school. We get school meals, and the meals was surrounded with Thanksgiving. I used to look forward for the cranberries and the turkey at the time. The ham, there was a particular food, and oh my God, the finger licking stuffing.
Yeah, I love the stuff.
That potato stuffing, the apple pies, and the good old things that came with Thanksgiving. The whole ceremony, like to just celebrate at home, also in the church, in the communities. I feel that it gave me a chance to just be thankful. We sometimes take people for granted, even your parents. Everything is basically mother this, mother that. We don't like a lot of things. But at the end of the day, sometimes we don't know our parents' story.
Correct.
And a lot of people take parents. I don't want to single out anyone, but I am going to do it, especially mothers. Sometimes we don't even see our mother cry. And we expect our parents, when you want things and they don't give it to you, we expect them to have everything just there. So I'm thankful that my mother had prepared me to be very independent at an early age, being able to teach me how to wash, cook, and clean, being able to teach me, because I never like to wash dishes. So she said, if you don't like wash dishes, what you do? When you don't eat, what you do? You wash out the plates so they don't pile up. Right? She also taught me about just being aware of things, and the awareness came from in the house, because sometimes, Joven, as simple as it is, my mama always say, come see me and come live with me.
Two different things.
It's two different things. And I believe if I wasn't aware of how to be independent, I don't think I could have been here today. So I want to take the time out, to be thankful for my parents, even though they're not here, my dad, I'm thankful for my father. I never one time see my father lay a hand on my mother. I never one time see my father when they had a little argument, he walk away. I used to hear my mother's voice, and then I used to like, oh, my mother always hugging my dad. Until I realized that sometimes men don't finish things, and my mom will just want to express herself. But the good thing is, Joven, at morning, my mother still wake up. I want to send this message. At mornings, my mother still wake up and put out my father breakfast. She ain't run away and say, well, oh, she not talk to him because they fall out. He go to work, he come back, my mom is home. My father go wherever he go to work and wherever, and he come back home to look for his wife and his children. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful, like I said, to be raised in the Virgin Islands. That gave me the opportunity to experience the good old American, the greatness of America. Thanksgiving. Yeah. Once ago, a Sunday time, everybody used to be home. You even used to share with your neighbors. Nowadays, you don't even see your neighbors them. And I don't know. I mean, I can't, as I said, me can't change the world. But I know definitely that people are quarantining here for the wrong reason.
That's true. That's true. There's not much.
Joven, see what's going on in Jamaica right now with it, Melissa. You see the people on the street, all kind of people on the street on the same level. They're not gonna house, they're not gonna roof. They're on the street, flagging down cars. What was considered to be rich, middle income, low income, everybody on the same level. Flagging down cars, trying to get some kind of food for them and their families, for the babies, for the elders. And one thing I will say with America, Thanksgiving bring everybody together.
Yeah, I love about it.
You got to give thanks. Sometimes you can't even find a restaurant open in the States for Thanksgiving if you ain't look sharp.
Yeah,
Everybody. Because they're trying to tell you, that's the only day that from work, from the busy bus and, you know, all the things that's going on in America.
Time to spend with your loved ones.
Yeah. I used to really look forward for that and July 4th. Great old, good old cookout, you know? Yeah. So, it is 9:23. I guess we're going to wrap it up to 9:30. And, yeah, tonight was an open discussion. I'm just so happy that we was able to touch on a few things. And some of the things, like I said, things that need to be talked about, Joven. There's a topic that we need to bring on pedophile, much older men that are basically
Teenage.
not just the teenagers, but the little infant.
That's indeed.
We have incest, a lot of incest families that can't be trusted with the little children.
Their own family.
Your own family. And a lot of women, and someone was saying that West Indies women, some of the women are like that because they're carrying childhood trauma. Because a lot of it comes from in the homes, the neighbors, friends of friends, auntie children, brother children, this children. And this includes both boys and girls, Joven.
Sick. That's very sickening. It's very, very, very sickening.
It is very sickening, and sometimes what will happen when these people realize they're going to be caught, what they do, they unalive the little children. Just to save themselves, they unalive. They you know, it's really, really bad.
It is.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to share, Joven?
Oh, I mean, it was tonight was a very, very good open discussion. We could touch on a lot of stuff. As I said, some of the stuff we're gonna double back around to. We had some ideas for some other stuff. Um, but just as usual, just want to thank everybody, who took the time to tune in and share their views on top of their live on Facebook. Those who didn't call and we know you were listening, maybe you didn't want to call or, but we know you were listening. So, thanks to all those out there in Radio Land. It was a very fruitful, it was a relaxing yet fruitful, evening. Yeah. And also, I'm thankful for those who are listening. We are thankful for also those who are listening. So, yeah, because without you, this show cannot be here.
Right, and you know what I realized? There's a lot of persons sometimes it's not because Real Talk is not the show just waiting for people to call in. There are persons out there who are listening because it's so interested. Why, But I got to also let persons out there that are listening that we are going to bring the topic on food here in St. Kitts and Nevis in terms of how they can find ways to cut the cost because it's really, really expensive. And to get some healthy dishes in, come back to church's chicken again, to get some healthy dishes in some of persons that are out there selling food and not to make the most healthy dishes the most expensive, so to bring back some health, back here some health awareness and, maybe persons who want the chicken to have more flavor at churches, you got to be very careful, like I said, because the more flavor is more salt.
That's true. You said that with the healthy stuff. I remember one time I was in Miami and I was checking into this hotel and the guy at the front desk, I think you say he was from, I don't remember where he was from, but he was talking about drinks and so he said where he from, what the government does is that like sodas and those unhealthy stuff, they make them real expensive. And then the healthy stuff like the water and them stuff, they're real, real cheap. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to say, you want people to live healthy, but then you can't afford to eat healthy.
And this is what I'm saying. We're gonna have a topic on this. As I said, we are urging persons that are out there, if you have your contribution, and everybody can do what we do in Joven.
Right.
So I'm urging them that, you can always call WinFM, share your ideas, tell them, about We'll Talk with Lavi. Send in your topics.
We want to talk about
and we want to talk about it. And hopefully we will get some of the specialists to come in and be a part of this program. But right now we have to also focus on some of the real issues that are affecting the people because health is wealth. And when it comes to eating in St. Kitts right now, I mean all over, but remember, Real Talk with Lavi is catered for local. What's underground, the overseas, yes, but we basically want to help and be a part of our surroundings.
Correct.
But I know eating and being able to buy the healthy food, we got to find a way. When I say we, those that have the authority, to find a way that food can be a little bit.
the healthy ones especially.
The healthy food in particular. And I guess person that are listening would say that's where the farming come in, go back and start planting. But then ain't everybody like farming
Can farm.
and can farm. So, yeah, sometimes you want to go and eat healthy, but the healthy dish costs so much money. Sometimes you're hungry, you just want to go and feed yourself. But one of the things that I find, especially when it comes to rice, because everybody said that rice is high in starch.
It is.
But I also learned that rice is one of the most easiest food to digest over pastas like macaroni and all those kind of things. Bread and, rice is easier digested. So sometimes when I do cook the rice, I believe in my onion and my garlic and all my different things. Put your vegetables in it. I mean, we come here every Saturday cook up. Swine. Mix it up, people. Mix it up.
Also, rice, with the rice, I mean, as the Asian does it, we sometimes here just wash the rice once. But it depends on how much you wash it and how you boil it. You can boil a lot of the starch. But how you cook it, it tastes good. But if you cook it a little more or boil it out a little more, wash it a little more, you could boil out majority of the starch.
Well, and apart from boiling out the starch, our body needs roughage. So if you're eating the starch, you need greens, you need roughage,
correct,
you need balance.
Correct.
So the vegetables are very important, and not just the canned vegetables. You need like green leaves. Like if you're eating bread, you need some kind of leaves, some kind of vegetables, so it can break up going on in those pipes, right? So, yeah, people, you don't know Real Talk with Lavi happens. Actually, if I was going to run for politics, I'll win. You got to be rounded.
Yes.
And
yes.
you gotta, as you said, research, and you have to bring your authentic.
Self, yeah.
You have to bring your authentic. And by bringing your authentic, you got to basically know what is happening in and around you.
Around you, correct.
You can't just think because you have a big job, you're making a lot of money, you can pay your bills, and that is enough. It all boils down to knowing your surroundings and being able to share back with other people.
Correct.
And this is how we're going to end here tonight on the Real Talk with Lavi. Thank you once again for being here. Next week, I'm hoping that we can get someone in the studio. One of the person that I had to come in the studio, they're off island, so I'm not sure if they're going to be in, because we really have to talk about the food that we're eating, diet and exercise. Christmas is coming up, and there's going to be a lot of foods that's going to be out there. The drinking again, people, you got to be very careful, Joven. Drinking the beer having a lot of yeast in that. So we got to be very careful of the intake, what we are putting in our body, and balance alkaline and the acid in your body. The acid needs to be lower than the alkaline level in your body.
Correct.
If your alkaline in the pH level in your body is lower than the acid, you're going to be sick. So yeah, December is coming up. I think we're just going to have 2 more shows of the Real Talk. And I want to end the last 2 shows, going to be about diet, the drinking and stuff like that. Be very careful because, drinking can cause accident. We're coming up in our Christmas and Carnival season. And so we're going to have a talk on domestic crime and violence. We're going to have to touch on that as well because I made to understand that December, especially in Carnival, we have one of the highest rate in suicide and violence and those kind of things. So we are hoping to have someone coming in to be a part with us. And if they're not, then we just will have the discussion and see if our audience can basically join in and give some input. But again, December is coming up. There's diabetes is very, very high. I was made to understand that stroke again is on the rise. And a lot of these things can be prevented. What you put in your body, Joven, is very, very important. The obesity and those kind of stuff that, people are eating, feeding the body with more starch and less things to balance out that can make you, make you young and healthy. People are living longer and people, we hear people age you can't believe. But yeah, good evening to Marcella Dolphin. Good evening to each and everyone. Thank you so much. And I want to say again, the diaspora, those that living in the diaspora, thank you very much for choosing Real Talk with Lavi, a part with winnfm 98.9. I am Lavi Gumbs, and it was a pleasure to have Mr. Jervin.
V. Yes.
Be right here with us. And before I leave, last but not last, I just got to let people know that I am thankful for the person that was instrumental in my life, my beautiful audience, of course. I have to single out Dr. C.J. Walwyn, big up yourself, and Wendy Williams, Oprah Winfrey, Tamron Hall, for just, creating that atmosphere for us right down here in the smaller Caribbean island to, look forward and in our own way, being able to bring some information and keep it homegrown. Once again, thank you so much. I am Lavi Gumbs. Good night.